Hi, this is Kerry Artek with Wicked Stocks, bringing you your daily Nvidia report for Wednesday, June 12th, 2024. Let's take a look at the charts. I'll start with the big picture. I'm going to use the daily chart for that. The big picture being, the last couple of months. We settled in early May above this descending flag at the very top of a move. And having done so in early May, we were then anticipating that newly formed rising channel top that was based in part on the April low. So having closed above, I don't even remember the numbers anymore, but it was in the 80s at the time. Having closed above this descending channel top, we expected within, I was saying, anywhere from 1 to 3 months. It took about a month to play out before reaching this objective at 122.81. This long-term channel top, a long-term as far as this stock is concerned, it's about 6 months old, can contain buying on a monthly basis. We can fall away from here to an equivalent sister formation, if you will, channel support that I can point to here at 92.42. So that is what is in play, perhaps. We don't have a sell signal per se, but this is a key price ceiling, able to contain buying possibly through July, and from here we can fall away to longer term channel support that is now in the low 90s. So that could mean that as we're continuing to test this area, you may consider reaching for low to mid 90s strike price out of the money puts that don't expire. I would go probably 6 months out on that, even though I don't think it'll take any more than 2 months, but to preserve, delta on the way down, reduce the theta time decay element. On the way down, this will be an important area. You may await a settlement below 111.87 before sort of jumping on the short side of the market and reaching for those puts, but they'll be more pricey then. So there's nothing to say that you can't sort of begin scaling into a put acquisition at these price points. And I say that very carefully because there's no denying that we're at roughly all-time highs in this stock, and we can continue higher, but I don't see a clear signal for that unless we settle. And I'm just going to use the weekly chart right now. We're several days away from that. If we can close Friday above the 122.85, the same formation on the weekly chart, that is a clear buy signal into the mid 150s and climbing. This is a full channel extension that is a doubling of the present channel that we're presently in the confines of and testing the ceiling of. And if we do close above 122.85 at the end of this week, that would put Nvidia sort of aligned, if you will, with Apple. I don't know if you watched, well, you obviously watched Apple on Tuesday, but it put out a meaningful buy signal. We do weekly Apple analysis, by the way, in Wicked Stocks. You may have been a longtime follower of our YouTube channel, and you know that for a long time we did daily analysis in Apple, and we moved it over to the paid platform at wickedstocks.com. But I can show you right now, this is a weekly chart of Apple. It did push through and close above the 197.96 horizontal channel top, and that has set up for Apple 226.22 and climbing. This would, under normal circumstances, under a lower volatility dynamic, a 2 to 3 month target, but we could potentially see this by the end of July. And over the next 3 to 5 months or sooner, 245.80 is now envisioned as an Apple target, so long as we close the week Friday above 197.96. You may consider subscribing to wickedstocks.com and get our Apple analysis on a weekly basis. And I appreciate for those of you who are subscribers that I just gave a freebie to YouTube, but that is what it is. So to 122.44 to 122.81 is our ceiling of resistance that can contain buying perhaps through July. On the way down today, I've got 119.11. Simple channel structure over the last couple of weeks that can contain daily selling pressures. Now, if we close below 119.11, that is our first real sell signal following the testing of price resistance or the price ceiling. And that in itself is actionable. So if you're like sort of, scratching your head over whether to play the short side longer term from here, and by that I mean like through July, closing below 119.11 is one indication that you just might do that. That would signal closing below 119.11, this 111.87 to 112.98 region by Friday's close, possibly Thursday. This 111.87 to 112.98 region can absorb selling on a weekly basis. And that could mean well into next week. From here, we could round back up. So in terms of the 3 to 5 day swing trade, the 1 to 2 week swing trade, it really is being short in the 122 handle presently in anticipation of the lower 110s, 111.87 to 112.98, where profits can be taken. And you could go long here as well in anticipation of rounding back up into the lower 120s and climbing. This channel top is climbing on a day-to-day basis. And once again, if we were to close below 111.87, I see a good high into quite possibly through July, because over the following 2 to 3 weeks, I think this market will then fall to the 92.42 channel bottom, where we could bottom out through the third quarter and round back up from here to new highs. We could trade inside of this channel for months to come. Now for the upside, once again, I will say it again. Actually, let me go to this chart here. And so if we close today above 122.81, and that is this long-term channel top, we could by Friday's close perhaps reach 132.29, but I see this as more like the 3 to 5 day swing trade to the upside. So if you're short right now, a 3 to 5 day swing trader, I just mentioned how you could stay short below 122.81, anticipating the low 110s and climbing. But if we close above the 122.81 level, I don't think we'll see this by Friday, but we could. I do see tomorrow then a test of the high that was put out last week at 125.58, just a soft intraday resistance level. Closing clearly above 122.81 today does present 132.29 as a 3 to 5 day target, and over the next 1 to 2 weeks, 136.72. These upper points become clearly defined as an objective, of course, if we settle Friday above 122.85. But I think on an intra-week basis, you could scale into a long position if you're not long now, and I don't see a good reason to be long now as we're testing this price ceiling. But I'll say that if we close above 122.81, I think you can plan for 132.29, a 10-point move to the upside. That's a solid 2 to 3, 3 to 5 day blast to the upside. And by that point in time, we will know whether we're closing the week Friday above that channel top at 122.85. That would then indicate the mid 150s and climbing within probably, with present volatility, 3 to 5 weeks, we could reach that upper price point. And so then on the way up, I will then begin describing this 136.72 formation as a 1 to 2 week target, following settlement above 122.81, confirmed with a weekly settlement above the same area as I just showed. It would be, and you can see how this steeply rising channel top is by really later June, over the next 2 to 3 weeks. It's already converging with 155.77. So you can see how this can get vertical once again if we close clearly above 122.81. And we may have a delayed reaction. I think the market wants to see a weekly settlement above the same, a Friday settlement above here, and no good reason to be short Nvidia as we move through the month of July. Until then, believe it or not, this is the point to settle short through July, as I've already described. Please click like, share, subscribe. Check out wickedstocks.com. We offer 2 stock picks every single week. And we also offer daily triple Q and SPY analysis and weekly Apple analysis that I just showed you a few moments ago. I'm going to leave it at that for Wednesday's Nvidia. You have a great day.